Okay, all right, everyone, welcome. This is really cool. Had a good day today already. The lion we're covering today is the lion method for trading, scalping markets, either futures or equities or cryptocurrency, any market you can get in NinjaTrader. We have got a system that's simple to use and profitable, and that's the key. Low stress, easily defined stops, targets, and entry levels. So this has been a good day already. Let's go over what we are covering. I'll go a quick review on what we traded today, and we're going to look out for new signals coming in the next 2 hours. Well, hour and a half or so. We'll see. We plan to shoot until about 11 o'clock Eastern time. All right, let's switch over. Here we go in the gas. Natural gas today had a beautiful setup. Here is the Leto channels. We were oversold down in this area. The breakout occurred right at that point. I waited a little bit for a retrace down to this level, and I went long, and we quickly hit target in 2 minutes, under 2 minutes. And target was achieved right there. That's the target for that entry dot. So boom, boom, and we're good to go with a $200 win right off the bat. The Take a look at the YM was a good shot as well today. Couple of wins. YM after I think there was a mortgage announcement, U.S. mortgage announcement today at 7. So right here at 7, the market went a little bonkers. I actually traded the micro ES right at the top of this level. I don't have that chart up. It was a small trade, but I did actually pull in $105, I think it was. So that's good. But here's an oversold level right here. So right after that news announcement, there was a winner right here at that level. This trade, had you taken it um, right there, the suggested stop for that trade is right down here. Now that's a big stop, $2,165. But if that is something you do, you might have actually won that trade going long here and holding right until the top of this level. Let's do a local. So yeah, right here, we would have actually hit target on that. Let's see though, if we might have hit our stop. You see right where the stop level is. But that's, that was a big stop that I didn't take, definitely. A little too big for me. So here's one though. Right here at 831, a dot formed, and I was actually off the charts. I didn't look at it. Would have been a great entry. We're again oversold in the YM on Leto channels. That means we go long when we pass up that last blue dot. And right here we hit target right away. That has also, had you taken this trade, which is another option, and that distance though is a $1,335 risk. We did hit target there right at that point in time as well. This is a nice little $675 risk. Let's see if we can expand that out for you. So this distance from this blue dot entry to the stop is just 675. You can see that at the bottom right hand corner of this chart. 300/675. So 675 is the risk. 300 is what I have as an acceptable risk per trade. And extension 62 lines will show you if you do have that set for X number of dollars, like I have it for 300, it'll calculate how many contracts you're risking or should risk in order to cover your max risk. Does that make sense? So that little calculation down there showed 0, which means that the risk of 675 is greater than the risk allowed maximum risk of 300. So it suggested 0 contracts. So that's just a setting you can put into the indicator. There is a parameter for your max risk. Okay, so that was a winner. Now we're getting ready for another setup here going short. We have gone overbought here, so the setup for shorts are coming. Same thing with the micro NASDAQ. Micro NASDAQ also had some really beautiful trades right here at 840. I I went off the script a little bit. I went long right at that point. I was looking to re-enter on a there was some support being put in here. I thought we were going to push up higher. I held on. My stop was down here. Took some heat, but I got out with a small gain right at that level. You can see. But that's off the script. That's not a lion system trade. But here is one. So we went oversold again. Go buy long here. That would have been a winner. All of these would have been a winner. These didn't get entered until this point in time. So had you gone long on any of these three positions, you would have hit target. All right. So let's see. We're going to keep an eye on this micro NASDAQ. When we hit this level, we're going to go short. In fact, why don't we do that? I'm going to turn this off for now. And I'm going to sell stop
Order
target
submitted.
right there. So if we hit that level, we're going to be short. Let's go a little bit below it. The estimated risk right now is $202. You see that in the bottom right? So that's the risk, the distance from that blue dot to the high of that swing. So this thin blue line is showing us that distance. So it's a $202 risk. So if we go short, if we get filled on this short uh, entry order, I'll put a stop up here and risk $202 on that. So our target's going to be 62% of that distance, so it might be right around this level. Well, we'll see. All right, the LE is still forming. Copper, look at copper. So copper actually had a good entry right here. I was not paying attention at that time, but going long right there, we did hit target. That would have been for a trader, that would have been a profit of $325. Now the risk is 538 on that trade. 538. And it would have been a nice little winner. We are oversold here. Going long at this point would have been a stop out because we exceeded that low. But coming right back, we would have had a winner that hit target right there. So entering long at this point right here would have been a loser. We would have lost our risk of 338. That's the risk distance. But going long here would have been a probably about a 300 and some dollar win. So from here to here is $300 win had you taken that. So copper is making some moves today. Gold, good win on gold. That definitely would have been a good entry right there. So again, had we gone long here, the risk is 1,090 from high to low. Max risk suggested there. And that would have been a winner had you taken it. There to there of $670. Let's get back to the micro NASDAQ. I don't know, are we going to plunge lower today? That's a good question. Excuse me, the YM. The YM is a possible short as well. We are in overbought territory way up here, quite high. But the risk is $1,125. That's a little beefy for me. Micro NASDAQ is a very nice $202 risk. We'll go short one contract there if we hit it. This is my natural gas trade. We are in overbought right now, so we'll be looking for a setup to occur in that market. It's 9:24 in the morning, waiting for a open in the futures markets here. Well, I should say open in the equities market. All right, where's gold at? Gold is hitting Interesting how the exhaustion levels, the extension 62 lines provide a good part of a good plan for exhaustion. So that's why we target them. So the logic of the Fibonacci extension there is this swing is really the key swing here. How far did we push off of this rejection level, this resistance level? When we break through that resistance and we become support, the idea is on a measured move, this would be a 100% move. You would expect a 100% bounce off of the bottom, but we're not greedy. So we go to 62%, and that was what happened here. So the distance from here to here is $1,100. The distance from here to here is going to be 62% of that, $640. That's how extension 62 works. So another way you can calculate it, if you just want to use your extensions, Fibonacci
Order
extensions.
filled.
Oh, we're just going short in the micro NASDAQ, but if you do that from the bottom to the top of that swing, you see how the 61.8 extension goes right into that level. Okay, I just got notice that we are short now in the micro NASDAQ. So let's do an OCO order. We're going to go buy stop market
Order
here,
submitted.
and we're going to go buy limit right
Order
there. That's the
submitted.
target. Micro NASDAQ, the equities have been ups and downs. So this is the expected or the tendency histogram for the micro NASDAQ. So we see going into the open, the first 20 minutes of the open, it tends to be below the moving average, the 100 period moving average, which is that yellow line, but quickly reverses. And historically, it reverses quite strongly to be above the 50 MA, 100 MA. So it's a risky trade. Coming into the open here, we've got 4 minutes before the open of the equities market. We are short. Let's see if we can hit our target. I learned yesterday not to let this thing go too far. I don't like the reaction we're getting already. And I might just exit out. I don't want to take a full risk of $200 on this trade. And there's no shame in going in shorting again. If market comes back to that entry level, we exit now and the market goes up, that's great. Hey, let it go. We didn't go with it. But if it exits at a small loss and it goes back to our entry price, I say we go short again. I'm going to get ready to jump out of here. Yeah, it's just looking ugly, huh? We got some good support buying coming in here. So this break below the swing low here could be a stop hunt, right? We're looking, the market could have filled all those stop orders for the longs, and those who stopped out went long themselves, and buying came in. So, you know, when you're long and you put a stop order, you're selling, right? You're selling at your stop price. Well, you're selling to buyers, and those buyers could rally the market, and that's a good old-fashioned stop hunt. Well, I like the trades that are quick into profit. This one is just pushing higher. So we're down 90 bucks here. I'm gonna go ahead and
Order
cancel out.
filled.
So, all right, took a little loss on that. Let's go short again. Sell stop
Order
loss
submitted.
here. See if we get another push through. I'm gonna go ahead and put a buy order.
Order submitted.
Let's see with the YM. So the YM also did a little bit of a fake out here. Natural gas is taking north. There is a crude oil report today. Well, I'm glad that I got out of that trade. That would have been a stop. And I don't like stops. Right at 9:30, so market just opened. Let's see if we get a good meaningful push down. Hmm. Gas is still up in the overbought region, so blue dots that we hit here are the maximum extension of this market during this time of day. So we were pretty high above the 100 MA. We exceeded the previous maximum move at the open. So had a good run up here. All right, and the YM is still just lingering there. Okay, so we opened in live cattle. Got a good push down as expected by our histogram. Copper is still running up. That would have been some really nice trades, but we'd be looking to short that. You may wonder why we don't go ahead and do a trend trade. So the trend is up, the 100 MA is up. Why don't we buy at a breakout of the last extension 62 swing high? Now that can and work. It has validity. However, you're buying into an overbought region, which is a little bit more risk, a little bit more risk. So this first trade, historically, this one worked out. We did hit our target. But the second one, we just did not reach it. We reached this one just now. Um, so that would have been if you wanted to ride this all the way down. Now the risk on this trade is $286. Not too bad, but it's all what you want to do. The Lion system uses Leto channels as an overbought, oversold, and that's what we're using to help filter out these signals. Well, I'm glad we got out of that move up. We didn't look at soybeans. So the beans today, the beans are doing what they do. We are not overbought or oversold on the beans. The YM is moving higher in overbought territory, certainly. Mm. We had a really good short in YM yesterday, right at the top of its move. So let's go back to yesterday's YM trade. We got short right here. If you were tuning in on April 8th, we went short right at that point. Wrote it down to here. We had a good win there, happy with it, but look at how the market tanked after that. It has been a strong seller. So we got this amount right here, but the market definitely continued its move down, even overnight, finding new lows. The U.S. stock market is not happy with President Trump at this time. All right, well, things are selling off a little here. We're having a rest from our push upward. Gold is almost $3,100. When I was a kid growing up in the late 70s, early 80s, gold in 1980 hit $800 an ounce. Absolutely crazy. They thought it was the end of the world. The Hunt brothers were cornering the market on gold. $800 an ounce was the highest it's ever been, and now we're at 31, coming up on $3,100. Who here remembers early 1980s with the Hunt brothers trying to corner the market? Now, I was just a toddler, but well, I wouldn't say toddler, but I was 12 years old when it hit those levels, and fascinating time. Okay, gas is selling off. YM Micronas is putting in a nice range here. If you are looking to trend trade, the only trend trading I like to do is when the market retrace goes up. This is just chasing the market. If you're buying on a breakout, to me, what I like to do is I like to buy at the base of this consolidation after the breakout. This little 3 bars right here is putting in a good base that would warrant a move upward. Now I did that earlier. I think I mentioned. So where was it? Right here. That's a little premature. So it went up, shot up pretty strongly there from an oversold condition. That move encouraged me to go long. And there was 2 candles here, a third candle here when it went and put a base in. I went long right here, and the market settled a little bit lower, had me a little nervous. I thought this area would be good support because of the top of the prior channel or range here, and it did. It held there, so I had a stop that was down in this area, and I decided to get out with a small gain right there. Really would have been good to hold on to it. See that? We've had a good push up from that area. So this was the bottom of the day. Well, the bottom of the morning so far. All right, micro NASDAQ is still looking to go long, I think. So our tendency histogram, if you remember, is up. So this is telling us that during this time of day, historically, the micro NASDAQ likes to push up higher. So it's got me a little concerned about the short I'm going in with, but we are overbought. We're overbought, and the tendency to be histogram here is to be low. The tendency is to be below the 100 moving average. That kind of divergence has me interested in going short. YM gas. The tendency here is to be below the 100. We are pushing that direction, but we haven't really put a extension 62 dot. This one almost would be a valid one right down here, but I've got it set to, I think, for significance or strength. And this is just a 2, or I think it's a 2 strength swing. If we do that, let's go back here. Yeah, I've got significance to 4. Let's do a 2. Still not enough. Well, we also have our ATR multiplier is a little high. Okay, so that is, if we dial back the settings, we do get a sell dot here. Kind of a small trade. Would have been a $150 win. Turn that off. And I'm going to go back to the setting I had there. I'm going to go back to a 4 significance. Well, the market is coming back from the dead. All right.
Order canceled.
We'll cancel those orders for now. We have the live cattle. Copper is happily recovering some of its losses from yesterday. You can see yesterday's session right here. So we're back to roughly the open of the 9:30 time here for copper. We crawled back, but I am interested to see if this ends because you can see our tendency histogram is showing lower, lower, lower. So this means historically copper has been down, down, down starting after, 942 or so. The market likes to push below the 100 MA. It's good information. When we're this severely overbought, got me thinking, short. But it's going to take a little work to get a extension 62 dot to form on a short signal. Now that's actually a good thing. We are not in a rush. There is no need rush here. Gold is happily moving northward in overbought territory. It too shows some downward pressure coming up. Soybeans have gone up. Now, technically, this would have been a buy level, but I like to wait because we're oversold here, and the last swing high is here. But I like it when this entry dot for longs is below the yellow line. I don't like it to buy because now we're in overbought territory. We're extended up here. So there's no hurry. No hurry whatsoever. Let's see. I think I've got my connection set. No, I don't. So let's turn on the equity connection. If anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comments. All right, so here we go. This is current market in NVIDIA. We opened up high. We didn't get quite overbought yet. Meta is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Tesla is also in the middle of no man's land. What else should we take a look at? I don't follow Netflix very often. My wife and I watch it a lot, but haven't really traded it. If you have a specific equity you want me to throw up here, I would love to do that for you. Yeah, NinjaTrader has, it used to have the TD Ameritrade feed you can connect to. Well, when Schwab bought them out, they have been busily transferring that over. And if you have a Schwab account, you can now have NinjaTrader connect to your Schwab data. I was looking at this called Fast, the Fastenal company. This is interesting to me. Sometimes it has some really good moves. Yeah, nothing much there. See what the hero of this century is, Amazon. Yeah, if we can get up to overbought area, that could be an interesting short possibility. Well, let's leave it on there. NASDAQ looks like it's getting tired. YM is looking a little tired. Coming back into prior resistance. We'll either push higher or we will sink lower. No hurry. Natural gas has put in a short signal. It's a little bit near the MA. Doesn't have me too thrilled. Right. This would be the trade of the day if we can get here. Now, if we do get there, uh, extension F9, I should remember that. If we do get there, the target is going to be all the way down here. That's a pretty beefy move. But you know what? It moved further than that yesterday, right? Solana, where are the buyers today? Are they backing out already? Okay, copper is weakening as per the plan, going toward that downward momentum. What I would love to see is gold to retrace a little bit, retrace up to the bottom of that channel there, put in a nice extension 62 signal here, and then short that puppy. But it's still a little early. YM has come to a stop. Natural gas bounced. Who wants to see another market? I do. Let's duplicate this and we're going to take a look at the crude oil market. Let's have a gander at crude. Crude oil and gas are both overbought. Yeah, I got 50 days of history in here. That's good. Well, crude had some good signals today. I didn't watch it, but okay, this one would have been a loss. Boom, and then stopped out here. But we did see a comeback on this signal here, and both of these were winners. This guy here and this guy would have been winners. This would have been a winner. Okay, so we got crude there, we got gas. The equities are doing a nice little zigzag upward. Higher highs, higher lows. Hope you don't mind me flipping around through charts too often. Let me know. Dealing with screen space. Managing my screen space. There we go. Get that in front of copper. That would be really nice if we can get a extension 62 dot right here. I would be all over that one. Gold and copper are moving in unison. Okay, I'm feeling even a little crazier. Yeah, that's right, folks. We are switching to silver. Switch to silver has been completed. Silver, $25 a tick, not for the faint of heart. This is a $650 risk right here. Would have been a winner. Would have been a winner to the tune of $375. That little puppy would have been close to a stop out, but the risk here was only 325. Silver is kind of going sideways. I mean, this is technically a short. We were overbought. It hit here, but we're so close to the midline. Not my favorite trade. This is a great trade down here because we are way oversold. We got green histogram, predictive or tendency histogram showing up. I always call them predictive, and really it's not predictive. I can't say that. It's a tendency. We have a tendency or historical tendency to be above or below the 100. That's all. Ooh, boy. Just missed our extension 62 dot. We should be getting one in that guy. One in gold. We have a sell location identified in the gold market. This one, unfortunately, just doesn't meet our 4-bar significance. We have to cut it back to 3 bars. No, I'm sorry, 2 bars. Yeah, it's still giving us trouble. Look at our equities. Oh, I think we're running out of gas on the up move. Running out of gas. Live kettle, not doing much. I need some more coffee. Anybody has a question, chat with me. Chat lines are now open. All right, so we are in silver. We're hitting overbought. Don't trade silver if you don't have to, because it can be a big, well, it's 25 bucks a tick. So trade 10 contracts and get in out for one tick profit. You're making almost 250 bucks a day for 200, 200, how many days in a year? 250 trading days, 220, something like that. Yeah, look at that market, finding new highs. That's what it tried to do yesterday, and then it got hammered. The hammering will continue. I think Trump is impeached for a third time, I guess. All right, 10 o'clock. I forgot when our crude inventories are coming. Let me see, I might have an indicator for that. This is an untested free indicator that I tweaked a little bit. Let me see if there's anything useful here. I haven't really gone and done a lot of playing with it. Use 24-hour format, of course, background color, all for black. News period to show, today's news. Yeah, it's just not working. Yeah, it's got something wrong with it. I gotta take a look. We're getting an error on the runtime. All right. So, natural gas, crude is looking pretty top heavy. The YM forming a lovely looking double top. Micro NAS is also kind of petering out. No new high yet. There we got Meta right about the 100 MA. Amazon also not finding overbought, oversold. Silver is pushing into a double top on an overbought level. All right. Well, HG has a sell dot. You see that? Yeah, why not? Let's go and sell stop
Order
there.
submitted.
The risk is 412. That's not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and also put a buy
Order
limit.
submitted.
That's our target. So I like the fact that our tendency histo is down. I like the fact that we're overbought. That's a really good resistance level here. Right there is a good resistance. This target right here is a lovely $337. Date at bottom. Let's turn that off. Live cattle rolling over. Micro Nas is going to put in a extension 62 dot right there in a couple of bars. Buyers are back in the equities, guys. Crude and nat gas. You know, based on our pre-market activity, pre-market before the 9:30 open, we might need to open a trade room at that time and get a lot more trades. LE still giving us a rollover. Gold, copper. Copper, look at that, finding a new high. What is this out for now?
Order canceled.
Well, the target for that buy is here. Pretty serious. Micro Nasdaq has a tendency here to cut back on its momentum, its upward momentum, and this is at 10:02. No, I'm sorry, this is about 10:20. Let's see how it goes. Trading is a little bit like hunting, right? Hunting for a good trade. Hunts are not always filled with action. Gold is coming out of the overbought area. The crude inventory, they're at 10:30 today. Oh, what do you guys think? I am going to go short, though, if we get back down to here.
Order submitted.
All right, let's see if this market is serious about going short. If it is, we will just target this guy. It'll be $210 trade. and I won't risk very much. Turn off the histo and go to dots. Clean up that area so we can see it a little bit better. Yeah, lateral channels has two modes for the histo or for the tendency. It's a histo or it's a dot pattern. So you can see the chart a little bit better. So we do have a open short order working on the natural gas market. Crude hanging in there. Micro NAS has put in a sell dot there. I don't know if that's going to make it. Micro NAS. Micro NAS. I'm going to need a little confirmation from you. Silver is tumbling downward out of overbought. Copper and gold also moving out of the overbought area. Happy I didn't go short. Happy as he. You know what? I don't like being under. I really don't like entering below the 100 MA, but this is definitely an optional trade. I wouldn't, if you're not comfortable with it, there will be more trades in the future that are more justified and higher probability. I like that we had a nice rejection on that candle, a little dragonfly doji. All right, well, we're getting oversold on live cattle. Silver is could have paid off my mortgage had I gone short at a break out of overbought. Copper did not want to go up. Well, looky there. We did actually hit our short on our extension 62 line. This could be a good time to go short in gold. Those guys are falling out. So that is where our target would be. Crude is going lower. Gas might go lower. So our
Order
expectancy,
filled.
there we go. So we just got filled. Got to put my target and my stop. Fill is pretty lousy in gas. Let's see what happens. Oh, we are short in natural gas. Pushing down. Our target is 3.14. I already don't like it. The risk is not too small. The risk in gas here is 230 bucks. That would take all my profit from today. Excuse me. Entering below the 100, not my favorite. Look at that. We do have a short setup here in micro NAS. Let's take it. Gonna go short in
Order
the
filled.
micro NAS. Let's do an OCO order. Buy
Order
in,
submitted.
and I'm gonna do a buy stop right
Order
about there.
submitted.
Get out of the OCO situation. Eh, that going there. All right, well, natural gas is taking a turn for the better. Micro NAS is probably going to stop us out. Yep, I think we're going to get hit.
Order filled.
All right, so we're out on that one. The gas is still a possibility. We actually have a short in copper. See if we can continue a move in our gas trade. Again, we're targeting, what do we got? 205 or $10, 200 bucks. We're up 80. Micro NAS, don't like you sometimes. All right. I like copper, guys. I like copper, but it is a pretty big heavyweight too.
Order submitted.
Let's sell at the little bit of a retrace. All right, so we will go short copper if it moves up a little. I like the way natural gas is moving. That's a good thing. Oh, look at that, huh? Had to push down and get copper. Nat gas, where are you at? Couple points away from target. You would make me happy if you did that. Later on our stop. Yeah, you little Cooper. Well, the tendency was up in this time of the day for the micro NAS, so maybe a little aggressive.
Order. Order filled. Order submitted.
Yep, I went short two
Order
contracts, guys,
submitted.
so that's not looking too bad at all. So I went short 2 based on a breakout below here, but I'm going to settle for that target. Can it do? Can it do? Where's our gas? Traded at 90. 90 did the good on the gas trade. All right, well, that's not looking too fun. I think we got a little going south. Gas is going to pull back on us. Clean up that. Get rid of the histo and go to the dot pattern. What do y'all think? Am I crazy? NG is still hanging on there with a short. Don't like the move of that last candle. Hmm. 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 Back in it. I'm gonna hold a little bit more, gentlemen, ladies, if you're there. My stop there. I'm gonna peel out one of these micro NASDAQ contracts. This is having trouble going lower. So we're running into some support probably in this area. These sellers have become buyers. Hey, well, that is the picture of a bad trade. $10.17 in the morning. CL is going lower. NG is going lower. That's pretty good. Hmm. All right, what else we got going on here? Oversold in live cattle. Silver's fighting. That would have been a good trade, but we just didn't pull it in time.
Order canceled.
Cancel that one. Gold is going higher. Micronaz, you can go down. Yeah, guys, that's not looking so good. Could have been a good trade.
Stop filled.
Well, we got a dollar or two out of, we might have broke even. Out of the gas trade. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm dealing with allergies. Okay, gas got us on my aggressive stop. Silver's overbought. Copper is finding some support there. Excuse me. Because I'm gonna shoot for opposite side of channel on micro NAS. Let's pull this one down to here. Well, actually, the extension 62 from this short is going to be in this area. So let's target there. Well, history doesn't really show a good cause to go short. On average, the micro NAS is above the 100 on quite a bit of that. Okay, I'm officially upset now. Look at that beautiful gas trade. I got ticked out at the top of that one. That happens. Micro NAS is coming back. All is not lost. And all is not gained, that's for sure. A good short in the crude overbought signal. I don't know why I missed that one. Must have been watching natural gas. Hmm. Yeah, okay, guys. Well, let's see. We are overbought now in um, NASDAQ. NASDAQ overbought. LE, we have a buy setup occurring, but technically have a buy setup in gas here. And this was the stop out level. So if you do want to count that as a stop out, yeah, a valid stop out. Nazi has just given us a expanding market. So we had new lows put in here. We have new highs put in here. I'm all for going to new lows. How about you? I'm still up $150 on the day, but our floating P&L has got me down, I'm down about 250 or so. If I close out now, not too happy about that, guys. That was a nice trade that would have put me in the positive. All right, so this is going to cover CYA. If we get down to that level, we'll bail out one contract. No need to be a hero. We did hit our overbought level. Beautiful time. Mm. Yeah, as gas. Coming into our 10:30 launch time for the crude report. Live cattle moving down. Copper, not really a buy signal. We didn't hit oversold. We got to hit oversold in order to look for that one. Gold is happy to move higher. For the equities to capitulate here, let's take a look at Meta. Meta's doing nothing. Amazon's doing nothing. Back to micro NASDAQ. Back to the micro NASDAQ. Let's see if we can push lower here. See our little red dots here show that we do have a little season of downward movement in the NAS right about now. I'm going to close out if we hit that red dash line. Now we have some buyers step out of the way. Yeah, we had a little doji.
Order filled.
All right, well, I'm out for a little bit of a loss. Crude and gas are down. Mm. Yeah, don't like that setup. Silver is pretty overbought. Back to the copper. Yeah, I got this set too. Yeah, it's probably a little bit better. Gold is still up, but we did find a resistance right there at the extension 62 of that move. $10.30. What happened to crude? Gas is hitting a range area there. What is crude doing? Technically going long there, but we came into prior. I don't like going long again above the 100. We did move right into Leto channels oversold. Live cattle. Well, this is the time when we see live cattle moving toward the 100, historically speaking. YM's pushing higher, NASDAQ's pushing higher. Now, if I am going to go long in crude, I'd like to see it go back down to there. Find some basing support at that uh, the range that it's established after the big spike candle. So that would put it right at here. These small green dots, by the way, guys, are a function of Leto channels. They are a cycle dot. They're based, and also these magenta dots that are up here. It's basically a derivative of the CCI indicator, and it shows when you're overbought in the CCI. I think is above 150 and below 150 on the buys. All right, well, we're showing a buy on gas. I don't like being negative here. All right, crude is finding some support. YM Look at the micro NAS. Glad I got out of the micro NAS when I did. We are overbought right here. Well, there we go. Live cattle was a winner. HG. If we get overbought, I would be looking to sell at that blue dot. Gold, look at that. Gold pushed to a low temporarily. What did silver do? Copper and gold. So gold does have a region of downward pressure. Could be a good time to short gold. Well, Bruin is putting in a support area at that 100. We are coming into a time of downward tendency. Yeah, I don't like buying at the 100. Would have been a solid trade, everybody, right there. HG, copper here. We are now overbought in copper. Overbought, and our tendency is to be oversold. Think of it that way. All right, guys, I think we're going to go short in the gold market.
Order filled.
We are short in gold.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Got my stops. Target in. I'm going to see if we can push a little further down to our 100. Yeah, look at that. Hit 3,100. What was our high here? 3,103 even. 3,103 even. It's all right, gold. You can go lower. Copper is going lower. Silver's going lower. Getting a sell set up here. Micro NAS is topping like I kind of thought it would. Yeah, that's a good 100 MA support level. All right, let's watch our gold trade here. Gold can be pissy. I don't like that. Well, our stop technically should be the high of the day there. That stop is beefy. $710 stop. All right, well, crude is starting to break a little bit. That gas is coming up. We didn't look at crypto yet today, but I don't trade it. I like to watch it, but I don't trade it. Of course, you need a whole different wallet system for crypto. There we go, Mr. Gold. Goldfinger. You can do that. You can do that all day long. I don't have a problem with you at all. I don't have a problem with you doing that. Let's see if we'll come near our 100 MA. If you guys want to jump out at the 62 line, the blue line here, that's fine. You'd be targeting, if you're in where I'm at, you're looking at a move of $390. Turn off that P&L box. All right, where is CL? CL, look at that, broke through. Glad we didn't do anything there. YM. I don't think we've seen the bottom in the equities. We did get ticked in 2 spots, so that was our bad trades for today. And NASDAQ hasn't been kind to us yesterday either. Ah, silver, look at you. Silver was a winner. $250 winner if you were in silver. Yeah, I gotta turn that off. That gets a little annoying. All right, gold. You can be problem. But when she moves, doesn't it? All right. All right. Well, we hit target at the extension 62 level. Yeah, bring my stop down to a little bit inside of our entry because extension 62 could provide support and could launch up northward. We don't want that, but we don't want to be caught in a run up on gold. So my stop's in at 3,095. I might get hit. Let's go a little bit up on the 100. Yeah, we just hit our target on the 362 extension. Hmm. There's some buyers there. Hmm. So we are going to move our stop right to there, or our target, I should say. Let's get out at that spot. Or we get out with a 1 or 2 tick, 3 tick. Yeah, we're in for 3 ticks if we get stopped out. Which
Order
is
filled.
what happened. All right, so we got stopped out on gold. Silver with a good trade. Copper is short.
Order submitted.
All right, let's go short on copper if we retrace up to that level. Went back down to its level prior to the inventory release.
Order filled.
We're short copper. We are
Order
short
submitted.
copper, and we're going to put a buy
Order
signal up
submitted.
here. Close out the OCO. What are we targeting? $337 target in copper. Hmm. Pardon my dog, everybody, if you can hear it. Yeah, copper can move lower. I don't have a problem with that. Move our stop down to that swing high. Let's take a look here if we can hit our target. Haven't hit too many targets here since prior to the open. I was crushing some targets. All right, that looking pretty good. Keep on going. Don't stop for my sake. This is trading, guys. This is trading. Where's silver hiding? Silver had a good move down. Yeah, that would have been a nice trade in silver. This one is the one I missed, but I was a little, I think I was concerned with the tendency to be up there. Okay, well, the equities are putting in new lows now. Copper looks like it's going to hit my target. Another pop down in copper, and we're at target. Almost there, ladies and gentlemen, almost there.
Order filled.
All right, well, we got one. We got one. Copper is in the bag. GC kicked me out. That's all right. All right, gentlemen, ladies, sports fans. This is the down move in NASDAQ I was waiting for. CL, surprised, moved down lower. NG going into oversold territory. We're CL. We're in oversold in CL. This should be a swing dot above here. And Q is finding lower and lower. Silver is deeply oversold with a tendency to be overbought. Keep an eye out on that one. Copper, thank you for 300 and what do we get on you? We got in it here, out here, 350 on you. Yeah, gold hit my target. Yeah, so my stop should have been still up here, 710. $710 from entry point right there to stop up here. And the game plan worked. Sometimes trailing stops are helpful. Sometimes they're not. Equities are definitely moving lower, like we saw yesterday about this time of the day, about 11 o'clock. Well, a little after 11. Not ready to go short, though. That was the entry right there. All right, Meta's moving lower. Amazon is moving a little lower at the open here to the open price. They're both retreating a little bit past their open price. Amazon. Nat gas oversold. CL oversold. YM not oversold, but getting there. Micro Nazi. Meta. Okay, let's go to live cattle. This is the one that got away, guys, right here. $130 move. I was proud to be part of the copper trade of the day. Got a lot of dots though. Let's see. Yep. Proud to be part of the copper trade today. This was another one. That was two of them. This one got away right there. Really going short here was a great trade. Boom, hit our target at that point. Another short setup right there, which is what we took. Now we're in and out. Silver would have been a lovely trade. Going short at that point, what did I have here? Would have been a $250 mover at least. For the bold at heart, it would have been down 1,050-ish to its low, 1,050. Trade silver and not trade anything else as far as I'm concerned. Guys, we're coming up at 10:55, so we only have a few minutes left. Feel free to ask your questions, comments, criticisms. I'll take them all. I'm not afraid of any of them. Leon, send the light, the blessed gospel light, light the world. God bless you all today. I hope you had a good day, whatever you did. If you watched trading, if you took trades, if you didn't do anything and you're watching this after the fact, I hope you had a good day today. And I hope you have a good day tomorrow. And I hope you have a good week. God loves you, and you have been a blessing to me. Thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in. I think we'll wrap it up here. We're pretty much played out. Gold. One more look over here. This is exactly how yesterday happened. Maybe the morning exuberance has given way to afternoon selling, and if so, guys, it's time to go short. Put a low risk short in here and just get out at put a stop above that swing high. That would work fine. You might lose, you might win. I don't know. So one thing about the markets, do all of your figuring of the bars before your trade, but once you enter your trade, the market is in control and you can only move your stops or exits. That's it. Yeah, I did move a stop here, didn't I? So I got stopped out there, disappointing. We went short on a breakdown here. I got stopped out to the tick at the top. Did that in Meta too. I had a couple of disappointments. Went short here. Got stopped out. I didn't like the move upward. Got short here, and then we got stopped out here. Mini Nas gave us some trouble, but I'm still up 177 on the day, and not too bad. Better than working and digging a ditch. I think we're up about 290 on the day prior to my gold fiasco. Oh, that's right. Gold stopped us out for a break-even trade. I might have gotten it. I'm about one tick in the money on gold. Gentlemen, ladies, thank you again for joining me. Comment, like, subscribe. Oh, wait, let me get my face on here. Again, thank you so much. Really, I do appreciate you joining me. Comment, like, subscribe, leave criticisms, questions. Email me anytime. I'm at info@sbgtradingcorp.com. And this is the Lion system, a simple day trading system, and not hard to follow, not hard to trade. Some discretion if you want to do your trailing stops, of course, but that is up to you. Guys, it's been a blessing, and I wish you all the good that can come to you today in your journey. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. Thanks so much.